Hello, BookTube. It's Kaylin from Kaylin Reads. So I go to film this video earlier, and I suddenly realized I have like 10% battery in my iPad. And so I had to charge up my iPad and retry this. And now that I'm retrying, my dog decided to go jump up on the armrest of my couch right in view, because I guess he just decided he wanted to be in the video. So anyway, this is going to be a bit of a chatty video. I have some books to show you that I got over the holidays. And in the past, I have struggled on YouTube, I'll be honest with you. Feeling completely comfortable in front of the camera. And I've never been very comfortable with technical aspects of filming and editing, which I have mentioned before. So really, I just wanted to take the time to do this, not so it felt forced, but so that I felt like I could be myself and talk freely and not feel that I was rushing myself, which I tend to do. I tend to get on and say, I'm going to talk about the books that I read and the books that I want to read, and it feels rather forced sometimes. So I thought, well, why don't you just try it? You're just kind of in a chill, relaxed place and not completely in front of the camera. You might see my face a little bit. Hi. But I am coloring right now, and it's kind of a relaxing thing I do anyway. And so I thought I'll just have the camera kind of on my desk and showing me coloring, and I'm going to show you my books, and it'll just be very kind of loose, chatty, and not structured. So anyway, it's New Year's Day. It's a lovely morning. Actually, I think it's noon now. It's afternoon now, but it doesn't matter because we're not keeping track because it's a holiday and I have the day off, so it's kind of one of those, doesn't matter what time it is, so I'm enjoying it. There's about 5 inches of snow on the ground, and this is Wisconsin, so that's no surprise. I did drive home last night, and on the way, my car, I was going a little bit too fast, I will be honest, for conditions, which I don't advise you to do. But this is one of the first big snowfalls, I guess, that we've had this winter. And so I was going a little bit too fast around a curb, and my car hit the curb, and now my alignment is off. And this is actually the second time that this has happened to me. So I am not taking my car anywhere today because there's really no place that's open that I know of. And the driveway isn't plowed yet, so I am just going to take advantage of this and stay at home. And I thought, I really have been wanting to film. I have a hard time, again, with feeling comfortable and with feeling motivated. And I do have this iPad mini now, so the quality should be a little bit clearer. Not as far as, like, editing, or I'm not going to add, like, a lot of stuff to this, because I don't really want to be the type that edits their videos, like, a whole bunch. And if you are that type, I am jealous because I don't know even how to start that stuff. But anyway, I don't want to get too much off the topic of books because this is a BookTube video, and I'm going to show you the books that I got over Christmas and talk a little bit about a goal that I have for January, and I probably make another video of that to speak solely on that. But anyway, I'll get into the books that I got for Christmas. I hope you all had a great holiday if you celebrate Christmas, or if you don't. I hope you had some time with family and friends and maybe some time off of work. The picture that I am coloring right now is going to be two peacocks, excuse me. And this is a coloring book that my sister got me for Christmas to color. And so it's just basically for relaxing I like to watch a lot of BookTube videos, obviously, but I like to also watch coloring videos where people just color and they show you what they've colored and they get really into it and are really good at it. One BookTuber I've watched is Jen from Reading with Pugs, and she actually is also a BookTuber. She started off talking about books, and now she does a lot of coloring and sharing her pictures and things like that, and she's awesome. If you don't know Jen from Reading with Pugs, I recommend her, not only for her reading videos and her book videos, but also for her coloring. She's very sweet. She's got a great personality. So that's Jen from Reading with Pugs. Anyway, getting off track a little bit again, I'm going to show you the books I got, how about, for Christmas. And a couple of these were books that I received as gifts, and the others were ones that I bought on my own, probably with money from that I received for Christmas. So anyway, they're in no particular order. I just stacked them on my desk or my table here, so I'm going to show them to you in random order. And the first one I have is called Book Girl, and this is by Sarah Clarkson. It's just basically a book for people who love books. It's geared towards women, obviously, but let's see. It says in the back, when you hear a riveting story, does it thrill your heart and stir your soul? Do you secretly relate to Belle's delight in the library in Beauty and the Beast? Then you might be well on your way to becoming a book girl. So it has lists, some annotated lists of her favorite books, and also has a section about faith, how reading can strengthen your spiritual life and deepen your faith, which is something I have been interested in. Not just my Christian faith, which I've had basically for my whole life, but have kind of recently been starting to question a little bit, or just kind of analyze it a bit more deeply, so I can understand why it is I might believe in what I believe, and maybe open myself up to other beliefs and kind of study those a little bit, maybe on a cursory level, but I just want to have a better understanding and more knowledge of what is out there, because to be honest, I have been the type that has closed myself off to other religions and other faiths, because maybe this is arrogantly believing mine could be the only one that's true, and I'm just kind of now starting to relax that view a little bit and open myself up, as I said. So that's just sort of a little kind of in a nutshell on my faith. I'm not hardcore Christian. I don't read my Bible every day. I've read it once, I think, and I've listened to it on audio. And so I don't even go to church regularly, to be honest with you. So my faith is it's like I'm a Christian, but I'm not like a hardcore practicing Christian. So it's one of those things where I feel it like inside. I believe in God and I believe in Jesus Christ, but I am not hardcore practicing. Anyway, that's enough about faith, but that book has a lot of interesting tidbits, I think, about book lists and things like that. So anyway, I'll get on to the next book. I know I tend to ramble a little bit. This next book I got is 5-Minute Sketching People, and it's super quick techniques for amazing drawings. As I've said on this channel, I like to draw a lot, and I drew a portrait for my sister for Christmas. Maybe if I can figure it out, I will put the picture in my video to show you, and she really liked it, so that was a fun project to do. I really like drawing people, so this is going to have a lot of like little hints and kind of probably exercises for drawing. And so this is by Pete Scully. Next book I have is called F It, Do What You Love. Or, I mean, I guess that's fuck it, but those little stars there. So this is by John Parkin. It's kind of an inspirational book on doing the things you love. And I found this in the airport when I was going to North Carolina to visit family. And it basically just encourages you to do the things that you love to do. If it's drawing, if it's singing, if it's writing, if it's dancing, whatever. So anyway, that's inspirational, and this should be a good read. Next book I have is Seaside Specters by Daniel Barefoot. I thought Barefoot was kind of a funny last name. But my brother got me this for Christmas, and so it's going to be about haunted places in North Carolina. I don't know if it's the coast or because there's a lighthouse on the cover. It's probably all around North Carolina. But anyway, just ghost stories, true ghost stories. I am not the type who is, I don't think that I believe in ghosts, but I know it kind of goes along with the faith thing. I'm opening myself up a little bit, but I've never really been a believer in ghosts. I'm very skeptical. I've never experienced any kind of paranormal phenomenon or any strange experience like that. If you have, feel free to leave it in the comments, because I do like reading about those things and hearing it from other people. So anyway, ghost stories. And the other book around, kind of in the creative vein, I guess. Yeah, given the title. It's The Creative License by Danny Gregory. This is a gift from my sister. And sorry about the glare. My sister and I read another book by him, called Everyday Matters. And he's an artist who draws, and his other book was kind of autobiographical and like a memoir, and he told about his learning to draw at a late age. And this is going to have, I think, activities in it and just inspiration. I'm just very much into books that get you working on your creative side and inspiring you. And so I will hope this will give me some more excuses to draw. The next book I have is one that I bought after Christmas. I have this tradition where after Christmas I will go and just kind of go willy-nilly in the bookstore and buy a bunch of books. So that's kind of what I did here. And this is Donna Tartt's The Secret History. This is a very well-loved book. I don't know if I've heard any bad things about it. Actually scratched that. When I was talking to my mom about reading it, she hated it, so that's one negative. But I've heard really, really good things about this book. It's kind of a thriller, I think, but it's about these college students who someone dies, and I don't know if they go on living with this kind of secret surrounding this death. That's basically all I know about it, but I've been wanting to read it for years, and I remember my creative writing teacher talking about it in my freshman year of college, and that was way back in like 2000, 2001, so it's been a long time since I first heard about this book, but I've wanted to read it, and I've got it, and I've actually had it before and given it away, but now I have it again, so I think that's kind of a sign that I need to read it. So, and I've got 2 more books right now, but I will just tell you that I kind of went on a shopping binge on Amazon, and I have more books coming in the mail, so I will have another book haul coming up for you. But for now, I have 2 other books, and I will show you them. It's The Road by Cormac McCarthy. This is basically perceived, I think, as a modern classic now. And it didn't come out that long ago, but it's one of those books people keep talking about. I keep hearing. It came out in 2006, so it's not very old, but I feel like it's almost a classic now, just by the amount of attention it's received and the praise that it's gotten. It's a dystopian book, I believe, kind of end of the world. There's a guy, I think, walking with his son, and so it's like the end of the world, and I don't know much more about it than that. Post-apocalyptic novel. It says, destined to become Cormac McCarthy's masterpiece. I heard Jason from Old Blues Chapter and Verse talk about this book, and I thought I would give it a try. And it's kind of a chunky book, but the type is pretty big, and there are a lot of spaces, so it's probably one that I can get through in a decent amount of time. So the last book I have is The Girls Are Gone, and this is by Michael Brodkorb and Allison Mann. This was actually sent to me by the publishers, and they asked me if I would read it and or interview the authors and kind of give a review for it. So that was the first time I've ever been contacted by someone and asked to do that. So I was excited about that. I like true crime, and this is a true crime story. I was actually flipping channels when I was in North Carolina, and there was a 2020 episode on this case, so it's gotten some attention. It says, the true story of two sisters who vanished, the father who kept searching, and the adults who conspired to keep the truth hidden. So I plan to read this. It's rather long, and it's got tiny type, but hopefully it will be interesting and that won't bother me, because I tend to be a slow reader, and that's kind of going to lead me into my next topic here. I am a slow reader, like I've said, but what I'd like to do for the month of January, I was on YouTube yesterday watching random videos, and I came across one that said read 30 books in 30 days, and I watched it, and it was really interesting. This guy set out to do just that, to read 30 books in 30 days, and he had certain criteria. I think they had to be at least an average of 250 pages each, which I am not going to go to that extreme, because I know I'm just setting myself up for failure, but I really do want to do this challenge. I think I forgot to show you a book. Yes, I forgot to show you one of these books. Anyway, I will come right back to what I was talking about, but Neil Gaiman's Art Matters, because your imagination can change the world. I started this book yesterday, and I'm finishing it today, so I thought for the month of January I would read 30 books, and I'm counting this one, even though I started it in December, because I'll be finishing it in January, and I thought I will do this for 31 days, because January has 31 days in it, so that might kind of help make up the discrepancies, sort of. So this is basically a little inspirational book, a little hardcover, has illustrations by Chris Riddell, just about why art is great, why art is important, why reading is important. Really nice illustrations. Quick read. It's a happy book. And it's Neil Gaiman. I have kind of I either really, really like his stuff or I don't care for it much. I wouldn't call it a love-hate, because I don't think I've never hated anything by him. And I've never really, really loved anything by him. It's just kind of, he sits kind of in the middle ground for me, but I'm always drawn to the artwork in his books and kind of the supernatural, strange elements of his stories. So anyway, this would be, I'm going to finish this book. I have like just a few pages left. And so this would be like number 1 for my 30 books in 30 days, or if you want to call it 30 books in 31 days for the month of January. This would be my first book, and I want to do videos throughout the month to kind of update you and show you how I'm doing. So I might make a little separate video of this, probably showing you what's on my playlist, which is, my TBR for my 30 books. Now, I don't have much criteria, as I said. I want to, I can read picture books. I've decided to set it at a minimum of 30 pages each. So the books that I choose cannot have less than 30 pages, and if they are picture books, they have to have at least half the pages have to have type on them. So that's really all the criteria I've listed. I'm going to be picking some children's books. I will be choosing some short novels, novellas, probably some middle grade fiction. I'm just going to try and keep it relatively short books, obviously, because I'm a slow reader and I got to get through 30 of these puppies in a month. So anyway, I wasn't going to do this challenge at first. I thought, oh, that's a cool idea, but the more I thought of it, it doesn't matter if I fail it or not. I just want to experience it and see what it's like to kind of push yourself and read more variety of things and in a shorter amount of time. So anyway, I'll see how that goes. That's it for today. Like I said, I have more books coming in the mail, so I will probably be doing another book haul and maybe more relaxing videos like this where I'm just coloring and it's just really chill. I think I do better with those than just when I kind of force myself in front of the camera and say, now talk about what you're reading and give descriptions and give a review. I just feel, I think, too much pressure when I do that. So I think this format might work a little bit better for me. See, when I started off, off the camera and focused on the coloring, it just made me a lot more relaxed. So now I'm a little bit better able to talk directly in front of it. So anyway, that's my rambly video. I hope you had a great holiday. Share with me the books that you got in my comments if you'd like to. If you have any comments on anything I talked about, that's fine, leave them here. If you're not subscribed, if you'd like to like my video and subscribe for more things like this, feel free to do so. Happy New Year, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.